Hello, Mr. Mechitov, and welcome to the first edition of the international festival Quo Vadis. We are really delighted to have you here, and we thank you for accepting to have this brief interview with the members of the Doxologia media team. Mr. Mechitov.
Hello. There was no way out, that's why I'm here.
You have discovered your passion to be a photographer during your childhood. And you had your first exhibition in Tbilisi when you were 29 years old.
Maybe, yes, exactly so.
You started working mainly in the documentary genre, and you rather enjoy photographing people, making art out of what once started maybe as your passion. You've had up to 20 solo and up to 50 group exhibits in
not
Georgia.
20, it was exactly 120. But
100, sorry for that.
No, it's old, and I never changed it. But exactly, even this year, I got some 10 exhibitions. So this year.
We will correct.
No.
And in different other countries, not only Georgia, right?
Yes, okay.
Now, I would like you to ask you some questions. And the first one will be, what was the first moment when you realized that photography would play an important role in your life?
It happened, very lately, because I started photography when I was 8 years, 9 years, 10 years old. But exactly, my exhibition, as you mentioned it correctly, it was only when I became 29 in 1990. When it happened, I've forgotten, yes. It's 79, yes, 1979. So in 79, I made my first exhibition, and it was just starting that I started to realize that photography is a really great tool for some kind of message, because by this time I got something to say. You cannot be artist if you got something to say inside you.
Exactly.
So it's. Of course, I know that some 5-year child sometimes plays Mozart, but exactly to express his emotions, you should have this emotion
inside of you.
Inside of you, yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's happened lately for some people, for some persons.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
How would you summarize in a few words the mission of photography nowadays?
No, mission of photography. Photography is also... sometimes they say, Yuri, photography is also art. I never said photography is art, because I say it's a tool to create an art. It's the same tool as a sculpture, as a writing, as a painting, and so it's a tool. So you can use a tool to improve the mankind, because for that reason we have an art, to convert a beast to an angel somehow.
Thank you.
And we are in the place with an exact place.
Yeah, you're right.
Which...
this is the first edition of the film festival in Iași. Now, how do you
Congratulations. It's
you.
a great thing, because this city, fantastic city, deserves this festival.
Yeah,
and I'm really happy.
Yes. As much as you can.
To put my brick in.
Exactly. You need to take a great photography from here.
In this construction.
Yeah, exactly. How do you think such an event can contribute to the promotion and understanding of the cinematic art among the general public?
Not every festival, it's aim, of course, to somehow to make a propaganda of art and cinematography, to exchange emotions, films and people and so on. So it's necessary, especially today when we have so many borders of ideological constructions, which make people so dissolved, and dehumanized maybe also, because we live in very turbulent times, very difficult times. Maybe we will have a better opinion about these years, some 100, 200 years later, if mankind survived.
We hope so.
I hope so.
How would you summarize the mission of photography in a few words? It has a mission, right?
Mission, it's a mission, it's connected. Once I say, if you got to know some kind of naive idea that with your work you can change the world, that means you are not artist. Artists always have some naive, maybe it's not spoken in right words and so on, but it's some unconscious level. When he is really artist, he always wants to say some kind of message, and this message should be love and something really beautiful, something above all this all these earthly things we live every day and so on. So it's great mission, exactly. But you should understand this mission and serve this mission.
So see through the eyes of the photographer.
No, photography also is the same thing. That's why I'm not separate photography. But photography also, of course, photography is really different because it's so silent, it's so meditative. It's not so noisy like a film, like something. You can look at it. It depends on you how long you look at the picture.
Look at the picture and what you see.
And in cinema, everything is prepared by director. He gives you a chance to see only this frame, only for seconds or 5,
What do you think about the theme of this year's festival? How can it be translated as simply as possible for the audience?
What is it? Tell me. Now, remember me.
Quo Vadis.
Quo Vadis, yes, Quo Vadis, of course. Where are we going? I don't know. I don't know where we are going because I think we should put an interrogative sign in the end of this. Exactly, yes, because we don't know where we are going. Especially today, we should be a great philosopher. Now it's a time for real. Everybody should be a philosopher a little, but philosophy means love to the wisdom,
Exactly.
And we should
know how to choose, maybe.
Love wisdom more than beer, whiskey, and wine.
Exactly, yeah. As a photographer, you are a chronicler of the moment, and the image is essential in both photography and film.
Mm-hmm.
How do you set the relationship between photography and film, and do you think that these two visual arts interact?
No, one goes from another because when first started photography, as you know, and then in 1895 by Lumiere brothers was invented cinema. It was that's why they call it moving, because they're moving pictures. They have pictures that moving, And there were a lot of problems. A great pass was because it was sounds and came incorporated, and it was incorporated color. It was all problematic everywhere because it was so noisy, everything, and you should want to make correct and brilliant and clear message. Because I always talking about message because I understand the art as a way of message, message from me to you, to everybody, to all of people, and how it will be received on this end, nobody knows, nobody should organize the material well. But they are great connection because they are feeding themselves from both sides, photography and cinema. Even by now, they are working together because it's new lenses come into the usage, and this usage goes to cinema in this moment and so on. So they are working together. The main thing is who is standing and who is looking is a viewfinder. We have viewfinder in cinematography camera, and we have viewfinders in photo camera. So main problem is the man who is looking and organizing frame.
Exactly.
Organized frame. And the second problem, of course, people who are receiving, because we in Georgia have fantastic sayings that for good teller, we need good listener.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we will speak about the impact right now. What distinguishes the photographs in this exhibition from your other photographs?
This is a strange exhibition, because I just seen my pictures. It was not opened in a way that which not was so appropriate for me. To say dislike, it will be a little bit cruel, It's not dislike. It was something. No, I don't know. Let's see, because it's not finished yet, and in finished state. When I look, I will say my words about. Anyway, it's a kind of experiment because people want to experiment. They now, cinema is this way because we have two eyes like this, not this way.
Right.
And now every of us takes this mobile and makes cinema in a different way, in vertical way. Sometimes many abnormal things happened, So you can make abnormal things with my exhibition too, with my pictures.
Okay.
I believe they deserve better.
You come from a country at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, a former Soviet republic located between the mountains and the sea, the Black Sea, right?
Yes, okay.
With an impressive culture and spirituality. What is freedom from a photographer from such a country?
Freedom.
Yeah.
Our freedom is articulated very well and manifested in our songs, the polyphonical songs, when everybody has people have say his own melody, and this melody did not interrupt another one. And we, 4 of us, 5 of us, and many of us are singing and don't interrupt each other, don't disturb each other, and we organize some kind of harmony and melody. So I believe that we should make it on a global level, I mean Georgia, and not only sing for ourselves. And not only I mean singing, I mean the way of life, the way of life when we distribute, when we expand, when we plant something which is really connected with kindness, with love, with harmony, with sympathy, with many good things which sometimes are omitted.
And you are trying to include all these feelings in your photography. Yes,
I believe that I am as a representative of my country. I believe that the only problem is which I'm not satisfied with my country in itself, because its sound is not here, not because we are greatest and we are strongest. No, not. We are a small country and we never will be so strong as, say, some other countries. But we can make our fantastic share in the future of mankind. We should understand that future of mankind, we have common future. There is no mankind future separately for Romania and separately for Bulgaria. We have a common future on this globe, and now it's a global world. Do you like global or no globalization or not? It's exactly happens. It's exactly exists. So we should be another responsibility now concerning our deeds.
Right. But what does freedom mean in cinema? What do you think?
I don't know. Freedom of cinema. I just made exhibition which also entitled Freedom. It was so difficult for me to choose pictures.
Yes, to choose pictures.
Because I got one picture of flying Sergei Parajanov, a great cinematographer. Okay. As for me, it's a symbol of freedom, but I only want this picture. And this distinguished guy was only one who, for me, manifested and expressed freedom in such way. So I don't know. In cinema, it doesn't mean that everything should be because always culture always connected with some kind of taboos. When you want to throw away every taboo, you will end with culture at all, and even with mankind, because culture in one word is taboo. When said something, when you say that it's not allowed, it means that something is allowed. Maybe you can change some frames, but not to have no frames. With no frames, we'll be all find ourselves somewhere in the great cemetery.
Wow. Okay. I was asking this because you are also a documentary filmmaker,
yes.
Right? Which is more challenging, the film or the photography?
By this time, I believe photography is more the active weapon, because people do not. It's a problem to find the time now to see the film, And in the films you can look this film with another speed and so on. So especially you, young generation, are absolutely crazy about it. It's our generation we went to cinema and we have a time and we were in a hurry. No mobile telephones were in our pockets, and we can monitor picture and accept everything, receive everything. Now it's different, and maybe photography can stop, and somebody he would start to sing.
Okay, thank you. In your photographic career, you have worked with many personalities, but your collaboration with the director Sergei Parajanov,
in Turkish means
strong.
Yes.
Okay, is undoubtedly a highlight. How did you meet him, and how did the collaboration begin?
That's an interesting thing, because I met him because I wanted to show him my film, because it was impossible by this time to see his film, because he was released from labor camp with no rights at all, and with no cans with his films. His films were somewhere, and it's now for your generation it's very difficult to understand how we cannot see this film. You push a button and you will see this film, but now it's impossible. It was impossible, so we invited him to our studio, amateur studio. I worked in an amateur studio of films.
You've met
sure the people, and he looked at this film and he was crazy about it, because the main character of the film appeared to be he's a teacher, school teacher of Sergei Parajanov. So our friendship started, and it was some 12-year mutual cooperation, I believe, which was very, very fruitful for me and for him too.
And for him.
For him too, for him too, because I created his biography of last Tbilisi period of his life in my big book with 464 pages, with 2,000 photo pictures and so on. On my photographies, there is a statue in Tbilisi. So
I hope that one day I will come.
No, yes, of course. You should enlighten our city with your beautiness.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
So, Quo Vadis, where do you think the art of cinema is heading, right?
So the problem is to get to Yashi. You can get it by plane, or get it by car, but anyway, you should be in because there are some people now, they go, oh yeah, analog is better, some crazy things they are talking, because they don't have something to say. If you have something to say, use any material for it. If your digits is more approval, it's more better, it's more easy to handle and so on, you can use what is more, because your main task not to create film, use film or digital technologies, but create something which is message, create something which turns somebody's mind and thoughts and spirits and so on. So you should think about another level of, you should be of another level of understanding of the events and so on. But if you are a little small by now and you want to say that I am shooting analog, okay, it's your part, it's your choice to be crazy.
At the end, I invite you to give us a message for the Quo Vadis audience and for the festival.
So Quo Vadis will be always, yes, in the second Quo Vadis.
We hope
also.
so.
No,
Yeah, it's the first edition right now.
Edition, second edition. So maybe somehow, sometime, some 10 Quo Vadis later, there will be a title, and we just came to the point we were going.
Exactly.
Maybe it will be like that. It will be great success of everything, because everything we are doing, yes, it's for something, For what reason you organize this in very cultural city? As they told me that Iași is a cultural city of Romania, so it's of course deserves such kind of festival, and I wish this festival will be very fruitful, very successful, and surrounded by fantastic names, and will be some of famous film festivals in the world.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you here.